Easter Sunday in the Bahamas, and as I try to educate, I don't want to educate there and them too much, but as a caring Abaconian, you try to educate. I look at 8 months of nothing in my district. I just want to educate the minister. Our minister, my member of parliament, my cousin, Darren Henfield, on what has happened in his biggest district of Dundastan, Central Pine, and Murphytown. But he said he's from Dundastan, so let's start in Dundastan. That's my home base. I was born in Dundastan, still lives in Dundastan. Dundastan was the closest community on the mainland, was devastated. Marsh Harbour is also on the waterfront, but they had Pelican Shores kind of were protecting Marsh Harbour. But we didn't have any protection from the first half of the hurricane coming out of Whale Key. The waves coming up 20 feet at a force of 200-mile-an-hour gust. The front street of Dundastan, there is 25 homes that were totally destroyed. And I just want to remind Minister Henfield, my cousin, my member of parliament, that Dundastan were hit 10 times harder than Spring City. Spring City is way 9 miles inland. They got the second half of the hurricane. The first half of the hurricane, they were okay. They got the second half. We got the first half and the second half. And to see the destruction that Darren hometown has received, you got older people like Pat Roberts. Pat is the oldest man in Dundastan, 90-some. James Williams is next to him. I think they're about 4 to 6 months apart. James Williams, that's my favorite. I just wished that I could look as strong and as healthy as Mr. James at 90. This fella got more energy at me, and I'm 58. And he's sharp. Every time he come at the house, he looks like he come out of GQ magazine. I don't know who irons his clothes, but he's put together when he comes out. His son's got to look out because he looking sharper than the boys. That's my friend James Williams. And these people don't ask for no help. But if there was $1 billion that were allocated for us, shouldn't we see something? We got Leah, Naomi Hebine, Leah Humes. These are all older people. Geneva Major on the hill there. They could never afford a home again. 90% of us has no insurance. Alice Molly, another one of my favorites there. Emmeline Butler, we know she is a staple in Dundastan. Remember Lloyd Butler? There, you remember Uncle Lloyd? Go down there and get your little conch from him, make your little salad. I was the only one who had boat back then to get your conch. Remember Emmeline Butler? She's still alive. These are the people that need help. Your cousin, your uncle, Sonny. Remember Sonny Cornish? His wife. Remember her? She's still alive. Her old house blew up. It's gone. That's your family, man. You got to remember her. All along Dundastan Front Street. And I could name the names of people that lost their home and have no hope. That is why Kai put his name in the hat to run as their member of parliament, because Darren don't understand it's not about dressing up and flying up and down. It's about service. You are the servant of all these people that lost their home. Bishop Junior Williams, house disappeared, inches from the water. We know that was going to happen. But all these people that voted FNM, baby. Your Auntie Modena is gone, but she left some people behind that need some help. What about them? It's only 30 people in Spring City can be helped. And how did that happen anyway, Darren? because nobody in House Assembly listened to James Albury. So James Albury couldn't have convinced anybody to do anything anywhere in South Abaco. You are a minister, Darren. You sit at the table of decision making. We know Renato was a no good, but Renato was never at the table. Renato was just driving up and down with Boogie with that phone to his head like he retarded. That was the story behind him. His legacy was gone before it's even started. But you now is in the chair. You're bigger than Renato. You sit at the table. Whose decision was it to put those Eskimo domes in Spring City at the tune of 7 million temporary shelters? Man, what y'all doing with the people's money? It is the people's time. And any uneducated non-graduate of any school would know that is not 7 million. I keep saying, and I got to keep reminding you, if you would have given the people of Spring City $4 million worth of material for permanent structure, that would have done some good for the rest of Spring City. But you spent 7 unnecessary temporary money in Spring City. What about these people on Dundastan Front Street that solely supported you all along Dundastan? 25 homes. You know, if I start to call, I can miss somebody, so I ain't call nobody, but I got the names all written down here. You know, you got the Edgecombe family. Marcus is no longer with him, but Marcus left some kids. That property ought to be fixed up. You got your buddy there from Custom Gary, whether he had insurance or not. If the people give $1.5 billion, shouldn't Gary get some lumber? He ain't need no labor, just a little bit of help. 8 months in, we can't get no lumber. All the money that is being donated, thank God for Samaritan Purse and all of the other agencies that came. If the foreign entity therein can do so well, what would have been so good if the government would have joined hands with them and to assist the people and go directly to the most vulnerable among us, the elderly. Don't let the sun go down on these old people. Can't get back in the house. Man, they need some help. Kai is begging you there in Henfield on behalf of the people that proud. You know Dundastan people is proud. They ain't begging nothing. I am begging Darren on this Easter because he has risen and allowed me and has spared my life through Hurricane Dorian. And we that are alive and remain before we're caught up need to help. You're in a service business, Darren. You are only a servant to the people of Dundastan. I'm begging you. We got Thurston them, all in that corner there, Alice Molly, all of those people there that solely is being supported of the community of Dundastan and this FNM government. Where's the help 8 months in? Nothing. You guys say you spent 20 million cleaning up the Haitian communities. What about our community? What about our help and hope on this Easter Sunday? I'm asking the Minister of Foreign Affairs to stop flying around and spend a little time. You see, those 60-some computers and the plate of food, it's not going to do it. That is not representation. That's a bunch of foolishness. Please bring the rest of the goods that the Americans send for Abaco out of Nassau. That is one. Listen to Kai, Darren. You ain't have to wake your brain. You're flying up and down, you're giddy. You're seasick, you're airsick. Listen to me. Bring those trailers back to the community. Yeah, people ain't gonna beg nothing. I am begging on their behalf. Spend some of that 1.7. When we hear the numbers of the money that were given, it's staggering, it's mind-boggling. Why in 8 months have we haven't seen any movement in the right direction in your hometown, where your family is, in Dundastan? Why and when is it gonna happen? I keep telling you can't make a first impression the second time. You could try, but 8 months in, you've heard a lot of F&Ms, you heard a lot of Bahamians, you heard a lot of Abaconians by you not doing or saying anything. Wake up on this Easter Sunday. That plate of food is finished. That's kuto. What next do you have in plan for the people that solely supported you? Grant Key on the television crying for help. I remember that dray load of people in Grantry. The streets of Grant Key was red of support, and everybody said they want help, but nobody from Grant Key would say, I would like to hear from my MP. Are they embarrassed to call Darren Henfield name after Grant Key went 90% FNM? 8 months later, the cable is still there untouched. Come on, Grant Key, wake up. Darren Henfield is your MP. He is your servant. That is, people don't even recognize why they vote. Grant Key, you vote for Darren to be a servant. When you say you need, he do. Darren sits at the table with the minister responsible for fixing your phone. You need not call no other name but Darren Henfield, my member of parliament, my cousin, my minister, that sits at the table of decision making. Darren, stop sleeping at the table of decision making. Wake up. Abaco voted for you as their servant, as your go-getter man. Now it's time for you to go get from that $1.5 billion. Abaco needs to get their fair share. Wake up, Darren. This is Easter. He has risen. I hope you have descended. We don't want you to rise yet. Descend on Abaco and do them their dust due. Kai case, if Kai was there, Grant Key, y'all was straight 6 months ago, because I want to be your servant. Kai case.